All right, we are back for period 2 of the Dairyland Dolls taking on the Battalion of Doom from Dallas Derby Devils. This is a third and final B team matchup of the weekend. My name is Scar Trek.
I am RPG, and we are so glad to have you back on the stream. Right now we have the Mad Roland Dolls sitting at 92 points and the Battalion of Doom at 70.
Let's talk about our top scorers. La March Madness holding the top spot for Madison with 24 points on the game so far.
And Retro Dolly, who funny enough has only taken star passes.
But she's taken a lot.
she's taken a lot of star passes. I think she's taken 5 of the 6 that the Battalion of Doom had done in the first half. So she has no lead percentage, obviously, because as it's a star pass thing. But she's already taken 19 points.
So yeah, Dallas with a little bit more of a spread out, points between their top 4 scoring jammers. Actually, Mad Roland Dolls, the same situation. So kind of spreading the points around on these two teams. I believe out to jam in our first jam of the second period. I think that's another repeat of our first jam of the game. That's Hammer Abbey with the star for Madison.
Yeah, and Dostoyevsky yet again starting off the top of the period.
Talk to us on Twitter. We want to hear from the Kurd Herd and the Battalion of Doom fans watching online.
And that first whistle was just to kind of bring us back into it, a little bit of excitement and action, and we had to pause and then actually have the starting jam whistle.
Everyone was ready to go there. Hashtag Clover Cup 2018 to talk to us on Twitter.
Dostoyevsky in the back, trying to push her way through. A nice recycle there by the Dairyland Dolls to get around the Dallas wall to come back up into the front.
Nice defensive 2-wall up in the front of the pack from the Dairyland Dolls, holding Dostoyevsky back.
That's going to be 120 Battle Frog, and that was 3006 Bonnie Riot. But Dostoyevsky, your lead jammer for the Battalion of Doom, and it looks like Cruella DeVille taking on a direction of gameplay penalty.
Hammer Abbey makes it out of the pack on the initial pass as well. She is really a fast skater coming around on the speed lap.
That's going to force the call off on Dostoyevsky.
Nice awareness there from Dostoyevsky to get the jam called off in the nick of time. 3-0 is the result of that jam, bringing the Battalion of Doom up to 73. Mad Roland Dolls stuck at 92 after jam 1 of our second period. It's a good opportunity to give a shout out to our production crew this weekend. Andrew and Ben from Gambot Studios doing a great job bringing you the live action from Clover Cup 2018. Thank them for all their hard work. They've been putting in some long hours this weekend.
Yes, they have. And meanwhile on the track, Havoc is here again on the track for the Battalion of Doom.
And that's La March Madness for the Dairyland Dolls.
Havoc is here picking up lead jammer, kind of really ducked down to kind of get underneath everybody almost.
Both jammers out and eligible to score now. Madison loses number 750 Whiskey Chaser to the penalty box.
And Dallas lost Retro Dolly, but that was a 4-point steal for the Mad Roland Dolls. Battalion of Doom picking up 4 as well.
Yeah, the Dairyland Dolls jammer really hustled around and pulled off a nice apex jump right as the whistles were blowing. So she did pick up all 4 points, 4-4 on the jam, 96-77. With 27.5 minutes left to play in the game. When we start our next jam, that's Blanche Devereaux with a star for Madison.
And again, we're seeing that same matchup there with Miss Murder.
Blanche pushing at the front, just 2 to beat from the Dallas defenders. Looks like lead jammer status going to the Dairyland Dolls.
About half a track behind her, maybe a little bit less. Oh, track cut penalty called on Miss Murder. Going to put Blanche Devereaux on the power jam.
Big contact there on the outside line.
That's Illuminati. Another recent transfer from Assassination City Roller Derby, another local league. So good to see her, again, coming into her own with this team.
Blanche Devereaux already with 4 points on the jam. Coming in for another scoring pass. Able to make it by some contact there at the front of the pack.
Illuminati with a good hit, but she went out as well. So
yeah, both times she's managed to catch the jammer, but also taken that spill. So Blanche Devereaux able to continue on without having to reset. Ms. Murder out of the box and engaging with the back wall of Madison's defense.
And somewhere in there, I believe Illuminati took a direction of gameplay penalty, so she'll have to sit as a blocker for the Dallas defense.
Blanche Devereaux makes it through the pack. 5 points go up, and she gets that jam called off. So 14 points the total for Blanche and the Dairyland Dolls on that last jam, holding Dallas scoreless, 110-77, with 26 minutes left to play.
Yeah, the current theme song of the Dairyland Dolls getting played by our wonderful DJ Lady Scratch, who's in the house keeping us all entertained with her musical choices. Ooh, 9mm Nancy with a really good hit and then kind of jump over a couple of blockers there to pick up a lead jammer for the Dallas Derby Devils.
Madison jammer Nat Splat still working on one in the front from Dallas. Takes a bump to the inside line. Quickly able to reset. Now 2 to beat in the front. Not yet complete the initial pass. Now she's through and eligible to score. Dallas loses 1 defender to the box.
That is Carmen Get Me. 9mm Nancy completing her first scoring trip and calling it off. 4 more points.
Nice timing on the call up there from 9mm Nancy. A quick 4-0, bringing Dallas up to 81 points. Closing the gap a little bit. We're back to 29-point differential between these two teams. 25 minutes left on the period clock.
Yeah.
Penalties evening out as well at this point in the game. The Battalion of Doom sitting on 20 penalties total in the game so far. Dairyland Dolls at 22.
Dev Stroyeski wearing the star yet again for Triple D's BOD.
And that is Gouda Riddens, number 81 for the Dairyland Dolls. Gouda Riddens just 1 to beat in the front. She makes it out. Lead jammer status going to Madison.
And it looks like that was a star pass for the Battalion of Doom to Huckleberry Jen.
Gouda Riddens able to make it by. Grand slam going up for the Dairyland Dolls. Huckleberry Jen makes it out of the pack on the initial pass.
Carmen Get Me rejoining the pack from the penalty box. However, just as I was going to say that it clears, of course, Gouda Riddens getting a back block penalty will have to go take a seat.
Yeah, she came in hot to the inside line on that corner, and I think one of the Dallas blockers moved another Dallas blocker into her path. There's a big impact there, and Gouda's taken a seat in the penalty box. Huckleberry Jen with a 5 spot on this power jam already, and she's coming in for more.
I believe that was kind of a rule change in this last couple, in the last year or so, where coming in that hot into the pack actually really does affect that, and if the position of the blocker changes significantly, then that is a back block penalty. You can't light somebody up like that.
Yeah, exactly. So Gouda Riddens back into play out of the box. Huckleberry Jen, another 5-point pass. Doing a great job. Pivot turn jammer in this jam. She had a little bit of a pivot expression on her face. Oh, a nice jump, though.
Apex jump.
No pass, no penalty, so that'll be a 4-point pass. Gouda Riddens coming around to the back of the pack as well now. It's going to be a 2-minute jam with just 7 seconds left on the jam clock. Gouda Riddens completes a scoring pass, and Huckleberry Jen liked that last apex jump so much she decided to do it again. 4 more points go up.
Great way for her to sneak those 4 points in right at the end of the jam. 18-point jam, and that was the highest scoring jam that we have seen so far for the Battalion of Doom. Actually, highest scoring jam overall. 18 points. Mad Roland Dolls with 13 on that, so 5-point differential there.
Yeah, in the favor of the Dallas Battalion of Doom, closing that gap a little bit more. 24 points now between the two teams. Out to jam next. It's number 185, Supernova. It's our first time seeing her jam for the Dairyland Dolls.
Havoc is here again on the line for the Dallas Battalion of Doom.
Fun fact about Supernova, she is an astrophysicist by day and also a member of Team Indigenous at the World Cup.
Such an incredibly appropriate derby name.
Yeah. Lead jammer going to Supernova and the Dairyland Dolls. Not too far behind, though. That's Havoc putting on the Jets to catch up. Supernova asking her team for some active offense. She does make it into the pack right now, picking up points, and she's going to get the jam called off with Supernova right on her, with Havoc right on her tail.
Looks like she just got 1 point there right at the end.
Out with the star next, I see Hammer Abby for the Dairyland Dolls.
And Miss Murder.
One in the box for Madison, so a little pack advantage. Dallas lined up in the back with their defensive wall, ready to catch Hammer Abby.
Miss Murder going to try to push her way through into the front. It ends up in the back all the way, very quickly on the inside line. She's going to be pushed to the outside. We'll have to recycle all the way back almost to the past the pivot line. Meanwhile, Hammer Abby comes out front to pick up a lead jammer for the Mad Rollin' Dolls.
Hammer Abby's already back into the pack and picking up points now, able to find a line around the outside.
That does force a star pass for the Dallas Derby Devils to 9-mil Nancy.
So Hammer Abby already with the grand slam on this jam and coming in for more with 9-mil Nancy right on her tail. So Hammer Abby gets into the pack and calls off the jam. Just 2 more points added to the Dairyland Dolls on that jam. So a nice total of 7-0 on the jam, bringing the Dairyland Dolls up to 131. Dallas at 99.
Sorry for the small cackle there as a Hammer Time just started playing for Hammer Abby, and that makes me so happy.
So appropriate. Lady Scratch, I have to show her some love. She has been such an excellent DJ this week, and it's my first time, hearing such a talented DJ.
Oh my gosh, if you have never been with Lady Scratch, she makes a tournament so much better, and it is so sad that she is on her farewell tour this year.
That is pretty sad. In the meantime, action back underway. Dairyland Dolls pick up lead jammer status. I think that is LaMarche Madness with the star.
And it's Def Stroyaski for the Dallas Derby Devils, but it looks like she took a penalty, an illegal procedure penalty. It's an illegal procedure penalty, but I'm not sure what that illegal procedure was.
She did have the star in hand. I wonder if it was a star pass violation. I'm not sure. That's speculation.
Speculation. But it is her first penalty. That's not speculation.
Yeah, good to know. LaMarche Madness fighting with the 2-wall in the front of the pack.
That's Retro Dolly and James Mames up front.
She is able to make it by, so that's 5 points on the power jam now with Destroyevsky coming out of the box. LaMarche Madness making her way back into the pack on this scoring pass. Takes a bump out of bounds by Huckleberry Jen.
Destroyevsky, star in hand, is back on the track and trying to get through the 4-wall. Some offensive blocking coming in by James Mames to try to help get her through.
Destroyevsky about to finish that initial pass. She does make it through. LaMarche Madness takes a hit out of bounds on her knees, calling off the jam. Looks like she might have gotten the wind knocked out of her on that one. But the jam total for the Mad Rollin' Dolls, a nice 9-0 pickup, bringing their score up to 140. Dallas has been stuck at 99 for a couple of jams now.
That's the 3rd scoreless jam in a row for them.
So a nice win for the Madison defense. Out with the star next, we've got number 65, Blanche Devereaux for Madison. Taking on number 21, that's Havoc is here for the Battalion of Doom.
Looks like Illuminati starting in the penalty box for the Dallas Derby Devils. And that does give Blanche Devereaux a little bit of that advantage as she picks up lead jammer. Havoc is here out of the pack, completing her initial pass.
Blanche is coming up against a depleted Battalion of Doom defense. She's able to make it by all the defenders. 4-0 on the jam. Gets that thing called off as quickly as possible. And Madison opening up the lead once again. It's now 45 points between the two teams with a little over 17 minutes left to play in our second period.
Looks like 45 points has been our highest point differential so far. .262 Nat Splat with the star for Madison in the next jam. It looks like, looking at that point differential, I think they got up to a 42-point differential, and then Dallas took an 18-point jam, and it's taken 4 jams for the Dairyland Dolls to kind of make back up that point differential that they had. Ms. Murder with a quick lead jammer call for the Battalion of Doom. She takes a bump to the outside line and calls off the jam. Just 3 points the pickup on that for Dallas. But now the Battalion of Doom up over the century mark. That was Dallas's first lead jam since jam number 4. 6 jams.
Gouda Riddens with the star in our next jam for the Dairyland Dolls. And it looks like a timeout charge to the Dallas bench. It's a good opportunity to let you know about Adam skates. Savant wheels by Adam are lighter, stronger, and they have one of the smoothest rolls money can buy. 10% off any Savant purchase as a Clover Cup special. You can visit Resurrection Skates for all your Adam wheels needs.
And speaking of Resurrection Skates, they are a skater-owned skate shop, kind of locally here in the DFW area, and they have the new Deadbolt Apex 2 knee pads for a special Clover Cup only discount price. Come by the booth if you're in the house, and if not, you should be here.
If you're hearing bleacher stomping in the background, that is the Madison Curd Herd in full effect on the stoppage of play, making sure that team feels supported. And I'm looking at a beautiful back end of a cow, udders on full display over there.
Yes, they have a cow cutout. They have a person dressed in a cow costume.
Yeah.
One of their bench staff is currently wearing cow leggings. Actually, I see a second cow.
Mm-hmm.
They have different chants for each of like their different jammers.
That's legit.
Oh, yes, and not to mention the socks and the helmets that are absolutely just like fantastic that you're seeing on all their skaters right now.
Gouda Riddens with the star for Madison in the next jam. We are already underway, taking on number 8, Ravenous Bliss for the Battalion of Doom. Both jammers having a tough time on the initial pass so far. Gouda Riddens pushing at the front. She is able to pick up lead jammer status for the Dairyland Dolls. And a star pass in progress on the Dallas side.
I believe that's 9 Nancy who has taken the star.
Gouda Riddens meets up with a tough back wall of Dallas defense on this scoring pass. They've really got the tripod locked down there.
9 Nancy stuck between the Slionide and Bonnie Riot, it looks like, in the back.
Slionide getting sent off on a forearm penalty. And wow, Gouda Riddens just got dropped out of bounds by number 52 or 55, Whispering Death, on the Battalion of Doom.
One left to beat of Bonnie Riot for 9 Nancy, and she does complete that initial pass.
So that's going to force the call off. Gouda Riddens able to pick up another 5-point pass. So that adds 5 to Mad Rollendal's score, bringing them up to 149. Battalion of Doom at 102 with under 15 minutes in the second period. Number 185 with the star Supernova out to jam again for the Dairyland Dolls.
And Retro Dolly starting off with the star rather than being handed it halfway through a jam.
So maybe she can work on that lead jammer percentage here.
Yeah. At least getting an opportunity to try, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Both jammers locked up right now in those walls. However, looks like Retro Dolly's going to take that outside line, but she is not able to come out first. That is
Supernova taking lead jammer status for the Dairyland Dolls. Not too far behind, though. Is the Battalion of Doom jammer going to put the pressure on in this jam? Supernova tries to make it past any of the Dallas blockers, but it looks like they were saving their points up at the front of the pack. So a 0-0 jam leaves us stuck at 149 to 102 in favor of the Mad Rollendalls.
But it does look like Gym Class Hero is conferring with the outside pack rest. It is going to stay at a 0-0. Called it off just a hair too early because I think she was trying to get the point for the blocker she passed and the one in the box, but just that hair too early there.
Yeah, exactly. A lot of track awareness there by the Battalion of Doom defenders to move those points up to the front of the pack. And out to jam next, that's Hammer Abby looking for the inside line at the front of the pack. She gets it. Lead jammer status going to the Dairyland Dolls.
Destroyeski out on the line and very quickly with the star pass there to James Mames.
Oh, Hammer Abby, nice jump over the entire Battalion of Doom pack there in a grand slam.
I actually apologize. That was a fake out on the star pass. Destroyeski still has it.
Star stash, that sneaky star stash. Hammer Abby comes into the pack, meets up with a multiplayer block. That's going to send a Battalion of Doom defender to the box. Number 11-11 melee confusion headed to the penalty box for that multiplayer block. Hammer Abby goes down hard, calls off the jam from the floor, but she does pick up 3 points. So the jam total on that one, 8-0. And Mad Roland Dolls opening that lead back up. It's 55 points currently. And we've got 12.5 minutes left in period 2.
Miss Murder taking the star for the Battalion of Doom. And that's La March Madness, I believe, for the Mad Roland Dolls. But Miss Murder is going to take it very quickly, like I think it was like 6 seconds to pick up a lead jammer there. Penalty box filling up as 2 Dallas blockers and 1 for the Dairyland Dolls.
Really nice spin around the defense there by Ms. Murder, picking up all 4 points and getting the jam called off. So a nice 4-0 on the side of the Dallas Battalion of Doom. Number 65, the veteran from the Dairyland Dolls, that's Blanche Devereaux with the star.
9mm Nancy once again for Dallas.
It's pack light out there. 2 in the box for Dallas, 1 in the box for Madison. Blanche Devereaux able to dance around, grab lead jammer status for the Dairyland Dolls.
9mm Nancy was pushed to that inside line by Battle Frog, recycling all the way back into turn number 4. Up onto her toe stops, getting that inside line, completing the initial pass.
Blanche Devereaux on the scoring pass right now. Just 2 more to beat in the front. She is going to call off the jam. I think she was able to get hips around all 4 of the blockers. Yes, indeed. It was a quick 4-0 and a well-timed call off by Blanche Devereaux, bringing Mad Rolling Dolls up to 161 points. Battalion of Doom at 106, and we've got under 11 minutes left in period 2. Number 262, Nat Splat with the star for the Dairyland Dolls in the next jam.
Def Stroyeski is taking the star for the Battalion of Doom. She has been held scoreless since jam number 1 of this period. Dairyland Dolls clearly getting her number a little bit there. And, of course, just as I'm going to say that, she picks up a lead jammer for Dallas.
Yeah, that took some big contact to the outside line, had to reset. She is out, though, now and clear to score.
Dallas trying to do an outside to inside sweep, trying to clear out. But Def Stroyeski choosing to take that inside line, picks up 4 points and calls it off.
So a nice 4-0 jam on the side of Dallas. And it's just 51 between the 2 teams, under 10 minutes now in the game. Up next, of course, we have our 3rd place consolation bracket final. That's going to be between Rocky Mountain Roller Girls and the Dallas Derby Devils. Should be an exciting game.
I'm very excited about that one. It should be a